Hey there, Diane Conklin with Complete Marketing Systems and Diane'sDozen.com. If you want a copy of these, we are on number 7. Want a copy? Check it out. Go to Diane'sDozen.com. We've got it there for you. You can post it, hand it out, use it however you want to use the things that we're going to talk about as we get into the second half of Diane's Dozen. All right, number 7. Take a multi-disciplinary approach. What does that mean? Well, knowing one thing isn't enough. Being good at one thing isn't enough. I'm a great writer. Well, that's good, but it's more than just writing, right? I'm not saying I am. I'm just using that as an example. You've got to know grammar, and yeah, you could make the argument that you could get somebody to edit it, right? And you can, but you've got to know sentence structure. You've got to know all of these different things to be able to write. In sports, take any sport you want. You can't just be one thing, right? Now, you can just be a great batter as a designated hitter in baseball, softball, but those are a dime a dozen. You got to be really good to get hired on a team just for that. Most of us are playing a position in the field, and so we've got to know, how to field a grounder, how to field a pop-up, how to field a line drive, how to move side to side, how to move front and back, right? Which base to cover if you're playing on the infield. Basketball, you got to be able to play offense and defense. You got to be able to shoot. You got to be able to shoot a layup, got to be able to shoot a three-pointer, got to be able to shoot a mid-range. All of these different things. It's the same in business. Now, here's the thing I want to make sure you understand about this. I'm not talking about knowing everything and being good at everything. This is one of the mistakes that people make in their business, especially early on. Oh, I have to know everything. I have to know how to send an email. I have to know how to write an email. And I have to know how to do the follow-up funnel. I have to know all of these things. I have to know SEO. I have to be able to put up my website. It's overwhelming, right? Stop. You don't have to know all of those things. You have to know enough about those things that you don't get the wool pulled over your eyes, right? That you don't get bamboozled, if you will. But you really only should be doing 3 to 5 things in your business. Now, again, this is over time. If you've been in business more than 5 years, you should be at a point where you're only doing what Dan Sullivan refers to as your unique abilities, right? So I have a whole chart and a whole explanation on this, but if you divide a piece of paper into 4 quadrants, right, draw a cross on it, a line parallel and perpendicular. And in the top left should be all the things that you're great at, things you excel at, things that you're uniquely qualified to do. In the top right is going to be things you're good at that you enjoy doing. And so the top half are things you're good at and that you like, and the bottom half are things you don't like. So in the bottom left are things that you're bad at that you would prefer not to do, and the bottom right are things, excuse my French, that you suck at and that you hate. Okay? Now, most people, when they start their business, are doing all of those things, and they're going crazy. And to some degree, that's going to happen, but you want to get rid of the things in those lower quadrants as quickly as possible. Now, the next thing I hear people say is, but Diane, I have a hard time distinguishing between things in the top 2 quadrants. So here's the thing that how I do it, right, is, and I use this as an example a lot, but I'm a really good event planner. I'm really good at it. But I would put what I do in event planning against any of the event planners that you've heard of that do it exclusively, okay? The thing is, it's not in my unique abilities. It's in my good quadrant. And here's the reason why. Speaking is in my unique abilities. Because I could do this. I could speak and teach and coach all day, every day, and keep going almost without sleep, right? I love it, and it energizes me. It fills me up. It gives me energy. At the end of the day, when I'm at a live event that I'm working and planning, the days are long, right? But it's not about how long the days are. It's about how I feel, right? I'm tired. I just want to go to my room, be alone, be in the quiet, get something to eat, and go to bed. That's how I re-energize after that. And so what that tells me is that's not in my unique ability quadrant. I'm good at it. I enjoy it, but it makes me tired. So that's how I distinguish those two. So hopefully that will help you with that. But again, I want you to be really good and really love, and this is going to come naturally if you think about it, right? There's only going to be 3 to 5. If you've got 10 things in your unique ability, you've got too many. There's going to be 3 to 5 things in that unique ability. I want you to stay there. I want you to work in your business, in that part of your business 80% of the time. But you also, and even in that, it's going to be different things, right? So marketing for me is in that quadrant. That's very different than speaking in some ways, okay? And so again, it's a multidisciplinary. You can't just do one thing. Even somebody who is a car mechanic, you can't just know engines, right? You might specialize in that, but you're going to know more than just that piece. So everything has to have this multidisciplinary approach, because one is, I say this a lot, one is the worst number in business. It's not if you're married, but in business it is. Because if the one thing that you're doing stops working, you're what I call OOB, out of business. All right? So one is always the worst number in business, and really in life, unless it comes down to your relationship. All right? So take that multidisciplinary approach. Don't try to learn everything and be an expert at it. That's why you bring in team. That's why you have a team. That's why you bring people in, so that each person, here's the ideal company with this multidisciplinary approach in team and focus. All these things come into play, right? The ideal is that everybody's working in their unique ability quadrant, and the great news is that's going to be different. Everybody has different things. I'll give you a really quick example before I wrap up for today. When I lived in Florida, I had a team of about 5 people coming to the house every day. And one of the people that was coming loved to clean. Like, she loved it. And so that was part of what she did for me. I know that sounds weird, but I needed somebody to clean the house anyway, and she loved doing it. And so that was what we did. So I'll never forget, I walked downstairs, because my office, I'm a quiet worker, so my office was upstairs, everybody else was downstairs. And I walked downstairs one day, and she's putting stuff back in the refrigerator, and she turns, and her face is like the sunshine, right? It's bright. She's got this big smile on her face. And she's like, Diane, come look, come look. And I said, okay. So I walked over to the refrigerator, and she goes, look what I did. And I look in there, and this thing is sparkling. Like, I don't think it looked this clean and sparkled this much when it was brand new. And we got the refrigerator when it was brand new, right? I mean, it was sparkling, and she was so proud of what she had done. And then it was in that moment that I realized she's as happy doing this as I am doing marketing and coaching and mentoring and speaking. And it was in that moment that I realized, yeah, I'm not asking her to do something she hates to do. I'm asking her to do something I don't like to do because she loves it. And when you can put that kind of approach together and have that kind of a team and have that kind of situation where everybody's working together, but they're working in their unique ability, truly is utopia from a business perspective. All right, so take that multidisciplinary approach. We'll be back with number 8 here really soon. If you want a copy of all these, don't forget, just go to Diane'sDozen.com. Until I see you again, make it a great day.